here with Jordan for a 60-minute hot stability. Let's go ahead and jump right in. So, starting from that standing mountain pose position, close the eyes. And start to take a couple of breaths just to help you settle in, relax into your space. Maybe create a little bit of distance from wherever you came from. And together we'll take that easy inhale and a longer exhale. As you start to open up the eyes, let's build a mountain pose. So as you gaze down at the feet, just separate them to that comfortable hips width distance with the heels underneath the sitting bones. And if you have access, try to point your toes forward. Start to lift all 10 toes off the mat, working some distance between all 10 of them. And then with the toes lifted, weight comes inward, forward, big toe mounds. Shifting back and out, outer edge of heel. This time forward, out, little toe mounds. Final time back in, inner edge of the heel. Now, with your toes lifted, press down and then start to shift the weight left and right, front to back. Feeling the arches lift by pressing into those four corners. And then come back through the center. Keep the toes wide, relax them down lightly, but then unlock your knees so the shins come a bit forward. Starting to press down and engage the thighs, straighten the legs. Working the pelvic bowl neutral, zipping up to the lower belly. And then start to take a big breath in as you lift the ribcage off the waistline. With your exhale, turn on your core. Think knitting your ribs downward, inward. As you begin to wrap the triceps back and towards the body, shoulders are heavy on the back, chest is open, and if available, maybe palms spin a little forward. And then just gently pull the line of the jaw back to lengthen the back of the neck. Think gaze straight ahead as you shine out to the top of the head. And this is your mountain pose here, coming back to the strength and the power every time. We'll bring the hands through the heart center, close the eyes, and your moment here to set an intention, maybe a dedication, coming back to what is most important in your life. And then all together, we'll take that slow, steady inhale. Deep, deliberate exhale to seal the intentions together. As you open up your eyes, interlace the fingers, placing knuckles under the chin, pulling the elbows in closer together. And then open the mouth, exhale, audible ha sound. Inhale deeply through the nose, shifting the gaze forward, elbows lifting towards the sky, drawing the shoulders down from the ears. Exhale through the mouth, head back, palms, wrists, forearms, elbows pulling in close. Inhale through the nose, expanding the rib cage in 360 degrees as you grow taller. Exhale through the mouth, pressing the air from the lungs. Inhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, pause. Exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, pause. Inhale for 6, connecting to your rhythm of your breath, lungs full, elbows high. Exhale through the mouth, pressing the air out as you pull the elbows closer until you're breathless. Last one today, big breath in through the nose, expanding and lifting up and away from the hips. Exhale through your mouth, pressing all the air out, breathless at the bottom. And then release your arms by your sides, mountain pose. With your inhale, sweep the arms overhead. Interlace your fingers, release your index fingers, and start to enjoy a little bit of movement on your own here. Side to side with the fingertips, maybe some figure eights or circles, kind of warming up that outside sleeve of the body. We'll work our way inward. And once you feel a little bit more open, come back towards center, back towards that standing position, and bring your feet closer together. As you root down, inhale and lift up. Exhale, upper body to the right, hips to the left, come in a half moon. Working to lean to the side to feel that stretch to the left side. Trying to square off your shoulders by pulling the top one a little back and that bottom one a little bit forward. And maybe even pressing those palms together to snug the shoulders deeper into their sockets. Now press into your feet, take an inhale to lengthen through the sidelines of your body. And then use the exhale to deepen, possibly up and over a little more. Again, inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, take it all the way to your edge. Inhale, come back to center, release your breath. And once again, inhale, lengthen. Upper body left, hips right, second side. Now, as the shoulders plug in, there's space under the ears, but try to knit your ribs inward and downward. As the lower belly hugs in, try to lift the hip points up, getting strong through the core here. Press down into the feet, that rebound as you inhale, a little bit of lift and space. Exhale a little deeper if when you're ready. Once again, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, find your edge for the day. Inhale, come back to center and release your breath. So for back bend, feet come a little bit wider back to that hips width distance, and maybe palms stay high or at the lower back, your choice. Ground your feet, draw your hips forward, and on your inhale, heart up, gaze up, and start to walk it back, that easy first back bend. Shoulders hug the spine as you press your chest up, forward, and through. On your inhale, come back to center, and then bring your arms back by your sides, not closed. And make your way up to the top of the mat. As you inhale, arms sweep overhead. Exhale, swan dive down, heart first. Soften at the knees, and just for a moment, get heavier. Nice, heavy ragdoll, heavy fold. Stillness or a movement, again, your choice with what the body needs. You can always stay right here or release your hands in front of the toes and start to lower hips to the heels, deep knee bend. Forehead rounds down and maybe heels up, maybe heels low, getting a little deeper into the feet and calves. And then make your way back to your fold. Hips high and heels low, interlacing fingers at the lower back. Hand towel here is really, really nice. Start to send the knuckles up, and if it feels good, maybe a little bit further forward. Breathing in. Breathing out. Release your hands down, and then bring your fingertips to your shins. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, bend your knees, right leg steps back. Gently lower the back knee down, untuck your toes. Sending that right hip forward and down as you press deeper into the back shin. And always have that option to hang the head heavy. Maybe a little bit of space between the shoulder blades when the torso gets a little heavier. And take a breath. Tuck your back toes under, lift your head and heart, lunge, let's build it out. So start by getting that front shin pretty close to vertical, walking the foot a little forward underneath the knee. And then bring your forearms back so they're in line with that front shin, just to stack the joints, shoulders over knee over ankle. Now scissor the feet, scissor the hips, and take a big breath in as you lengthen the spine. Exhale, ground your palms, step back, downward facing dog. Now with your inhale, come forward through to plank. Feel free to lower to the knees at any point. And as you exhale, hinge at your elbows, take it straight down to the belly. Untuck your toes, inhale, peel the heart up. That first baby cobra, pulling the heads of the shoulders back and maybe hugging the elbows in closer. Now ground the palms to the feet and inhale, lift up a little bit higher. Nice, release forehead to the mat. Take a big breath in. With your exhale, press to all fours, hips back to heels. Settle into extended child's pose and give yourself permission, even on your own, to settle in here whenever you may need. Coming back to this practice whenever you are ready. And take a full cycle of breath. Inhale, press up to all fours. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog, but enjoy some movement on your own. Pedal it out. Wake up the body, warm up the body. Working through the feet, the knees, and the hips, but maybe that easy shake of a heavy head to create a little bit of space through the neck and into the shoulders. Let's get a little stronger in this down dog. So hands about shoulder width distance, maybe wider, feet about as wide as the hips, and Even here, start to kind of wrap your triceps into the body. Shoulders will plug in. As you soften at your knees, work your chest closer to the thighs, but bite down on those lower ribs. Keeping that length in the waist, start to straighten the legs, hips lift, but heels press down. Now come high to your toes, and on your inhale, right leg sweeps high. Try to really engage that foot to turn on the whole leg. Gaze forward, knee to chest, right foot between the hands. Lower the back knee, untuck your toes, and send that left hip forward down. Feeling stretch front of the thigh, front of the hip, and again, option to hang the head heavy. Coming back to how it feels in the body on the second side. Tuck your back toes, lift the head and heart, lunge, and build a little strength into it here. So anchor through the back toes and the front foot, but energetically pull those 2 points towards the midline, towards one another. Keep those shoulders rolling back to draw the heart forward towards the top. And as you exhale, maybe a little deeper into the hips by bending the front knee. As you inhale, left foot steps forward, find your fold. Inhale, longer spine. Exhale, bend the knees until belly touches the thighs. Chest rests on the knees, reaching back for calves, ankles, maybe cupping the heels. Start to drop the heart low, but lift the hips high, working into hands to feet, a nice hamstring opener. Maybe work the elbows closer together, hug them tighter to deepen. Maybe shifting the weight a little forward, and as the heart lowers the hips, lift one more pull. Nice, start to release. Inhale, lengthen your spine, that half lift. And then exhale, get heavy. Bring the palms to meet at heart center, strong in your core as you round all the way up to standing. Soften the knees and then stack the head. Arms by your sides, mountain pose. Inhale, arms sweep wide and high. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, longer spine, and as you exhale, left foot steps back. Find your lunge. From here, right hand to the knee, and start to twist to the right. Twisting lunge here. Now, option to send the right arm high, or maybe keep it at the hip. If this is a little much today, lower the back knee and work your twist from there. Again, there's that same scissoring of the feet and the hips towards the midline as you spiral open towards the sky and give it one last reach right shoulder. Nice, touch the hands down and step back, downward facing dog. As you inhale, come forward through to plank. And as you exhale, lower all the way down onto the mat. Untuck the toes, maybe bring the hands slightly wider. And on your inhale, second Cobra, heart peeling up off the mat. Now, focus on expanding the heart towards the top of the mat. A little length through the neck behind the ears. And then as you inhale, lift and expand the rib cage in every direction. Beautiful, release forehead to the mat. Now hands come closer to the body, but slide them back towards your lower ribs. And this time inhale into upward facing dog, where more of your upper body lifts. Again, try to pull the heads of the shoulders backwards as the triceps wrap inward. Pressing to the palms, pressing to the feet. Take a big breath in, a little stretch front of the body. Now listen up, forehead meets the mat to release. Ground the palms under the shoulders, tuck your toes under or knees stay grounded. Begin with your inhale. Bottom of your exhale, press up to high plank or towards the knees, but try to hold it when you're there. So zip up through the belly, turn on the thighs and take a full breath in. Exhale, hips high, downward facing dog. Come out of your toes, inhale, sweep your left leg to the sky. Lifting from the inner thigh, heel a little higher. Gaze forward, knee tight to chest, left foot, left thumb. And this time, left hand to the knee as you spiral towards the left. Keeping that back thigh strong and powerful so the hips stay a little more buoyant, a little more level. Option to send the arm high or lower the back knee. Find your twist. Work some space between hips and shoulders as the navel hugs to the spine and maybe one last reach, left shoulder high. Nice, touch it down and on your inhale, stepping forward back to your fold. Spin the palms away and on your inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up to standing. Exhale, find your mountain pose. All right, let's move into awkward, everybody's favorite. So bring your feet about as wide as the hips. And then send your arms straight forward, palms down. Now, start with your inhale. Exhale, hips back, bend your knees, find your chair. And so we want the same amount of space between feet and between knees, so adjust your feet to where it feels good here. Starting to pull the hips a little bit backwards as you reach further forwards, but shoulders are heavy, your chest a little open. Now as the weight shifts back, cinch in through the belly. And then for that last little challenge, maybe shoulders pull back above your hips as you exhale the breath. Nice, inhale, press up to standing. And then come really high to your toes for the second part. Lift the heels and set your gaze. Big breath in. As you exhale, start to bend your knees to lower the hips, but bring your attention to your heels and fight to get them high and keep them there. It almost feels like the tops of the feet are pressing forward to seek that shelf of your big toe mound. Keep the core integrated and the spine long and light. Lifting up through the feet as you sit down a little bit lower, exhaling right at your edge. Inhale, press all the way to the toes, and then heels will rest back on the mat. Final part, feet stay here, but bend your knees to hug the inner thighs closer together. On your exhale, bend your knees, squeeze the inner thighs, and start to ride your breath down. Now, you can always take this pose a little bit higher, or you can take a seat on the calves, but hug those thighs closer together. We want that internal rotation a little bit more. Keep the belly strong, keep the shoulders above your hips, balancing right on those heels. And if you want that extra challenge, maybe hips off the heels 1 inch, squeeze your legs closer, hold. Nice work, inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, find your mountain pose. Whew. All right, nice work. Come to the, yeah, right? Come to the top of the mat, yes, and then turn once to the right. With your inhale, arms sweep overhead. Exhale, big step out to the right. Arms out wide from the shoulders. Now, just the right toes will pivot towards the back of the mat. And bend your right knee to settle into warrior 2. All right, settle into your warrior 2. Finding that kind of balance of strength and softness. Lower half gets a little bit stronger by hugging the feet towards the midline and letting the hips be more buoyant. But from your strong foundation, let the rib cage be a little lighter, a little more expansive. Shoulders in, but arms reach away. And see if you can settle in. Easy inhale. Same kind of easy exhale. Gaze to the left, lift the palm and tilt right up below, left arm high, triangle with a bent knee. Now the initial goal is to get your left side of the body really, really long, really, really straight, and see if you can bring that right side just as parallel through the torso. I like to kind of work the deepening of that front hip crease as you shine out through the heart, maybe the top of the head. And then option to extend that right arm towards the mat. From the strength in your belly, see if you can spin open and shine out in opposite directions. As you inhale, come back to warrior 2. Straighten your lead leg, right toes in, and then left toes out. Bending your left knee, find warrior 2, second side. And yeah, stance might widen too as the hips start to open up and you get a little bit more open here. But again, there's the same power in the lower body, lighting up the inner thighs, maybe that little bit of a lift up through the pelvic floor. Allow those shoulders to relax down, at the same time lifting up through the heart. It's also nice here to kind of knit the ribs in, just to check in that the core and the belly are braced. Gaze to the right, flip your palm and tilt. Triangle with a bent knee, second side. Now if you are hanging out on that left elbow, feel free, or build a little strength in your core, extending that left arm down. Maybe that left shoulder kind of hovers above the knee. Feet hug to the midline as you shine out top of the head. And then maybe plug the shoulders in. Cinch in through your belly a little bit more. As you lengthen, spin open, let the heart and the vision follow your twist. Inhale, come back to warrior 2, pause. Straighten the lead leg, left toes in. And on your inhale, left foot meets the right, arms high. Exhale, mountain pose. From the back of your mat, you'll turn to face the left, to face the top. As you inhale, arms sweep overhead. Pull the hips back behind your heels this time, returning to your chair with longer arms. Take an inhale. As you exhale, hands to heart center and prayer twist towards the right, crossing the left elbow over the body, and then pulling the thumbs towards heart center to really feel that twist. Now knees won't knock together, but energetically hug them towards the midline as the hips pull back behind you. And then sit low but twist open, elbows will stack as the vision shifts up. Nice. Inhale through the middle, sweep the arms high, legs will straighten. Exhale, find your mountain pose. Inhale, arms sweep wide and high. Exhale, back to your chair. Bring the hands to the heart, and this time prayer twist to the left. Now, I like my elbows a little bit away from the body here to really press the palms together and stack the shoulders nice and vertically. And again, it's the thumbs pulling to heart center that really will work your twist. We want to pull that opposite hip backwards, that right hip a little bit backwards as the weight shifts to the heels. And then sit low, heart forward, spinning open with your twist. Inhale back through the middle, re-extend the arms, straighten your legs. Exhale to mountain pose. Nice, all right. Let us come towards the back of the mat. Yeah. And then facing, come to the back of the mat, but face the front, the top of your mat. Inhale, arms sweep high. This time palms touch, and then step the right foot forward. Find a grip of choice behind the back, possibly interlacing fingers, big breath in. And with a straight spine, hinge forward initially into side forward bend. Now, lengthen from tail to crown, big inhale. Stay here to isolate your hamstring, a round and bow, forehead towards the knee, more of that full back line stretch. Yeah, if the fingers are interlaced, option for that shoulder opener. But ground that front foot, work the right hip back, and with one more exhale, maybe close the space between forehead and knee. Inhale, come all the way back to standing, sweep the arms high overhead. And this time twist to the right, left arm forward, right arm back, standing twist to the right. As you press into that front foot, turn on the right thigh and encourage the right hip just to pull slightly forward. And then feel the twist of the spiral lines as the heart opens to the side and that right shoulder begins to pull back. Think skin to muscle, muscle to bone initially, and then on your exhale, shine out, get expansive, finding your edge for today. Right hand hip, left arm high, big inhale to reach. Hips back, reaching forward, left arm, touch down, shin block, foot floor, whatever you may find here. The hand is on the shin, just easy on that front knee, and then right shoulder spirals and lifts, revolve triangle. That right arm can extend or can stay right here. But start to pull the right hip a little bit backwards. Yeah, right shoulder a little bit forwards, beautiful, holding length through the sides of the waist. And as the thighs turn on, don't lock your knees. But then ground the back heel to lift the right shoulder, reaching up a little higher at the end. Nice. As you release, hands come down towards that front foot, and on your inhale, sweep high to standing. Keep the arms high, right foot steps back. Now this time, left foot forward. Grip of choice behind the back, maybe reaching for elbows if that's better for you. Heart up, deep breath in. Hips pull back, heart drapes forward. Again, start with that straight spine, see how it feels, and then option to round when you're ready. A little bend in that front knee might feel better, and it also might move the stretch more towards the middle of your hamstring. Maybe left hip back, heart down and forward, inhale, little space, and then exhale to explore that space. With an inhale, make your way back to vertical, sweep the arms wide and high overhead. Spinning open to the left this time. The right arm extends forward, left arm extends back. You can almost imagine your legs like that pair of scissors trying to close. Feet ground, but the feet hug towards center. Keeping your foundation stronger to get the upper body lighter. Lengthen the back of the neck. Open up a little across your heart. And then reach in every direction as you expand and twist. Left hand hip, right arm high, big inhale, reach. Hips back, reach forward, touching down, shin block, foot floor. Again, we want a little weight in that right hand, so find where you can place it, then lift your left shoulder up. Now, beautifully long sides of your waist here by pulling the hips back and the crown of the head forward as if they were pulling in opposite directions, like a little marionette almost. Shoulders start to stack. Maybe they even squeeze in just behind the heart. With strong thighs, round the back heel to lift the left shoulder, spiral and reach to your highest. Nice work. Left hand meets the right. As you inhale, sweep high to standing, stepping back, and then arms by your sides. Find your mountain pose. All right, nice work, everybody. Take a break, grab a little bit of water, whatever you need to do. How you doing? Feeling good?
Feel good.
Nice adjustments.
Thanks.
All right. When you are ready to move forward, come on back to your mountain pose, pretty much anywhere on your mat. And let's take a moment just to close the eyes. Leaving your break behind, leaving that first half of your practice behind with a big inhale and a calm exhale. Start to open up the eyes, and let's move into balancing. That inhale sweeps the arms overhead. Eagle, right arm underneath your left. Hooking your inner elbows, give yourself a hug, maybe wrap your forearms, and then as you bend your knees, sweep the right leg up, over, and then around the left thigh. Now, the goal is to kind of wrap your limbs as tightly as possible, and that's a little bit easier with a bend in both knees, both elbows, focusing on the inner thigh snuggle. And then if you can kind of see or feel that higher shoulder, try to get them heavier so they're a little bit more level. Hugging all of your strength to the belly, to the core. Now just let the weight shift more into that standing heel. And as you pull the elbows down, press your heart up, longer spine as you sit a little bit lower. Nice, release with control. Inhale, sweep overhead. Second side, left elbow underneath the right. Bend your knees and send the left leg up, over, and around the right. Again, yeah, let the standing foot get a little bit wider, and then kind of suck up on that inner arch to steady your balance and let your vision settle to one point. Allow the shoulders to be a bit heavier as the core ignites and the thighs squeeze in. Start to sit a little lower. Weight shifts gently a little bit back. But try to hold that beautiful mountain pose spine, hard up, elbows in, sit down another inch. Nice work, release. Inhale, sweep overhead. Exhale, find mountain pose. After eagle, turn to face the top of your mat. And as you inhale, arms will sweep overhead. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, bend the knees, step your right leg back. Right legs in core, arms are back, palms face down. And with your inhale, sweep high to crescent lunge, pausing to get stronger. Scissor the feet and the hips towards the midline. Optional lower the back knee if that's a little much. But keep the belly integrated as the heart lifts at the waist. Shoulders plug in, give a little reach, and maybe take it just a tiny bit back to open the chest. Nice, release, hands meet the mat, lower the back knee, untuck your toes. Left hand knee, inhale, right arm sweeps high. Keep it there, place it at the lower back. Drop your hips a little forward and down to lift your heart up and out. As the shoulders hug in, knees will walk back. 3, 2, 1. Gently release, hands touch down. Lower, tuck your back toes, yes, lunge. Inhale, right foot up, forward fold. Inhale, longer spine. Exhale, bend the knees, left leg steps back. Right legs in core, sweep both arms back, palms are low. Inhale high, find your crescent lunge. Shoulders in, fingers reaching up, turn the arms. And again, a little stronger to the lower body, maybe widen the stance from right to left. As the belly zips, lift your heart, maybe walk the knees a tiny bit back, offering the heart. Beautiful, touch the hands down, lower your back knee, untuck your toes. This time right hand knee, left arm sweeping high. Keep it or place it somewhere else. Hips drop low, heart lifts up, and try to squeeze those shoulder blades behind you to open your chest. Keeping the belly braced to support the low back, hard up, maybe vision will follow towards your edge. Nice, start to release, come forward, touch the hands and tuck your toes. This time back foot steps up, forward fold. Rotate the palms away, inhale or swan it all the way up. Exhale, mountain pose. All right, stay at the top, return once to the left. As you inhale, arms sweep wide and high. Exhale, big step to the left, arms out wide from the shoulders. Take an inhale here, and hinging at your hips, take it down and forward into a wide fold. And you can just hang here if you'd like, or if movement feels better, take that too. It's kind of nice to work around the legs, checking in with inner thighs and those outer hips as well. As you come back to center, pop the fingers, inhale, longer spine. Keep it straight by bending your knees and reaching for outer edges of calves, ankles, maybe feet. Again, press the heart through the gaze and then begin to lift your hips up, trying to hold that straight, long spine through this posture. Shoulders can hug in as the weight starts to shift forward, and maybe even the elbows go wide. Heart drops low to get the sitting bones higher, stretching through the entire back of the leg. Nice, release by finding fingertips lengthen your spine. Send the arms out wide. Come all the way up. Right leg meets the left, arms overhead. Exhale, mountain pose. Stay at the back, but turn to face the top of your mat. And with your inhale, sweep the arms high, but interlace your fingers, release your index fingers, and right foot steps forward about halfway. Lift and point your back toes, big breath in, stay or hinge, upper body lowers, back leg will lift, hit it scissoring well, hinging at the front hip crease, and yeah, you can even almost scissor the hips to pull the left one forward down. Accelerate from your inner thigh as you lift the heel and the heart a little more. Nice, right, left foot steps back, right foot hits the left. Switching sides, left foot forward, back toes lift, point them. Stay here, start to hinge when you're ready. As you work your way down, plug the right hip in and lift from your inner thigh. Keeping the back of the neck long, you can always bring hands to heart center, that's always an option. Zip up through the belly and from your waistline, get a little longer in opposite directions. Ooh, nice, left foot's out, right foot steps back. And then the left foot will meet the right. Arms come down by your sides, find mountain pose. And take an easy inhale. Soft exhale. Make your way towards the middle of your mat. With your inhale, arms sweep overhead. Right arm windmills back, palm out, thumb out. Bending the right knee to find your grip. Instep, ankle or calf. Staying here or starting to kick back into the hand, working that separation of calf and thigh. Now keep the belly braced as you offer the heart, feeling that stretch at the front of the body. And then ground down to kick back and maybe pull a little bit higher through those back toes. Nice, with control, release, right leg down. Left arm back, right arm high. Bend your left knee. Remember, soft body elbow faces outward for that instep grip, or the outside works too. Knees closed, and then begin to kick back, driving that left knee behind you. There is an incredible amount of space behind, counterbalanced by that strong reach forward, plugging in the right shoulder, opening up to the heart. Now ground that standing foot to turn on the thigh and kick a little deeper with one more pull. Beautiful, left leg down. Right arm at your side, find your mountain pose. Now let's move into tree, our last standing posture. Weight comes over into the left leg to hug the right calf and thigh into the body. Rotate at your hip to find that foot placement, ankle, calf, thigh or front hip crease. And the hands will meet at heart center, one or two. From a place of stillness, feel free to grow branches or just grow a little bit taller. If available, grow roots through those four corners of the standing foot to grow your branches even taller towards the sky. Palms come back through the heart center. Right knee draws forward, step down into mountain pose. Weight into the opposite side to hug the left calf and thigh into the body. Rotating at the hips, set up your tree, even if it looks a little bit different, maybe feels a little different. One or two hands at the heart. Again, stand up a little taller. And then Come back to that easy, smooth rhythm of your breath. Come back to an unwavering gaze. Softening the palms back to your heart center. Releasing once again, final time to find your mountain pose. Bring your arms by your sides, close the eyes, and again, inhale to honor your work. And exhale to leave it behind. Start to open up your eyes and make your way down to your mat after a little bit of a break or a little moment for yourself. And you're just getting comfortable and heavy on your mat for a few moments. Legs can be long, knees can be bent. I feel good to kind of close the eyes. And as you start to come back to that rhythm, use the breath to come back to this moment. Breathing in and breathing out. And bring your knees together and then hook them into the chest. Give yourself just kind of an easy squeeze and feel free to rock a little left and right if that feels good on your lower back. All right, flex your feet and send your legs up towards the sky. Let's bend the knees until the feet disappear. Let's take an air chair. So palms right at the top of your thighs. Now on your inhale, squeeze your legs together. And as you exhale, press your thighs into your hands into your thighs. Again, inhale, squeeze. And then exhale, press. One full round of both. Inhale, squeeze and press. Exhale, press and squeeze. Ooh, and then release maybe into one more easy hug. All right, let's take some bicycles. So interlacing, bring the hands behind the ears here. Lift your head and heart and draw your right shoulder towards your left knee and extend the right leg long. Beautiful. Left shoulder, right knee, left leg long. Switch and hold. Switch and hold. A little faster for 5, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1. Big side, hold. Switch sides and hold. Now knees to the chest, reach your hands forward towards your feet, lift your heart and lift your knees and hips, big inhale. Exhale, release, sending the hands up and over, the feet long towards the bottom of your mat. I love that nice big good morning wake up stretch and then a big exhale. Just kind of get heavier and relax. For a roll up in your knees and bring your feet flat to the mat. Arms reach straight to the sky. Try to integrate or at least energize your core, big breath in. And then roll up to your seat as you exhale. Maybe that hug around the shins will feel good in the lower back. From here, turn around, lay down on your belly. Yeah, let's take it into kind of a Cobra variation. So start with the chin and mouth on the mat. All 10 toes pressing down strong in your thighs. And go close the arms, goddess the arms, the elbows lower towards the mat. Now grab your feet, your hands, and feel the upper body and the chest up off the mat. Beautiful. Staying here, unweighting your arms as well. Beautiful. Yeah, start to pull the heart a little forward. Pull the elbows in your back jean pockets and that big expansive inhale, expanding the rib cage. Beautiful. Let it go. Right cheek on the mat, gaze to the left. Arms by your sides. Might feel good to flip your palms up, bring your big toes closer. Just let the heels fall open with gravity. Moving into locust, chin or mouth on the mat. Put your palms flat by your sides. Now arms can stay here, especially if the elbows are not a little sensitive. Or rock side to side to get your forearms under the body. When you're ready, the right leg will lift, strong and straight. It's a powerful, strong, active thigh. Lifting from the inner thigh, even here. Point your toes back and then walk them a little higher, right up towards the clouds. Nice, lower down with control. Inhale, left leg lifts, fire it up, pointing the toes, activate the thigh. Spiral the inseam a little up, a little back as the whole leg lifts a little more. Nice, start to release. All right, this time kiss your mat to hold some space in the neck. And then maybe wiggle your hands towards your knees just in an effort to kind of shorten your torso for this last part. With your inhale, both legs lift off the mat, same time. Powerful thighs here. Weight starts to shift forward in this one though, so press into your hands. Try to use your biceps. You might get the feet or the knees, possibly hips a little bit higher, hover right in your locust. Nice, let it go. Let's bring the opposite cheek to the mat and kind of wiggle those arms out from underneath the body. This space in between your poses, just a moment to relax, a moment to feel, kind of the echo of the posture before. Bring the chin or mouth to the mat once again for your full locust. Palms will flip flat, but keep the arms beside you. On your inhale, lift your heart, lift your legs, and grow your wings wide. Everything lifted off the mat as if you're just flying through the air. Try to keep the heart higher than the feet here, if available. And then reach forward, Superman, for strength. It might feel good to interlace the fingers behind you. But as the heart peels up and out, take a big breath in, up to your highest. Nice, let it go. Opposite cheek to the mat. Keep your gaze soft, keep it steady. Try not to let the mind wander too far. Moving into Sphinx by popping up to the forearms, and elbows will slide forward till they're under the shoulders or a little bit past. Tucking the toes or pressing tops of the feet down, find what feels better in your lower back. Now from here, start to pull that head to the shoulders backwards. Feel the collarbone expand and almost press the hips and the heart forward and through towards the top of your mat. This is your Sphinx. Feel free to stay or take it into seal by pressing into the hands, straightening your arms. Yeah, lifting more of your upper body. Again, wrap your triceps in and take one more breath in. The front of the body starts to open. And again, exhale, release. Left cheek mat, gaze off towards your right side. Yeah, at any point the low back gets a little cranky, bend your knees, sway your feet. Typically usually feels a little bit better in the lower back. And then bring your palms under your shoulders, but press up to all fours. And walk your knees towards the top of the mat. Let your knees open up wide as you pull your big toes close, with the hands comfortably behind you. And then ground your shins to lift your hips and lift your heart. Really try to get deeper into the front of your body. Squeezing the shoulder blades and hugging in through the thighs. And let the hips press up and a little forward as the heart opens a little higher. Nice. Have a seat back down and walk your hands forward in between the knees. Tuck your toes, press back, downward facing dog. If it feels good, take some movement. Not just hang out for a moment. And once again, ride your breath forward to plank. Lowering straight back down one final time. Bending both of your knees, reaching back for your feet or your ankles for your floor bow. I know, it's my favorite too. Start with the knees a little closer, exhale your breath. On your inhale, kick your shins back to lift your upper body. Now I gotta hold it a little longer. Kicking back, kicking up, heart forward and through, maybe lifting up through the toes into the chest. Nice, let it go. This is a great time to bend your knees and sway your feet. But you can always just keep those legs long and the big toes closed. Alright, let's take that last back bend here. Palms under the shoulders, press to all fours, walk your knees up. And then with the knees under your hips, stand tall on them. Palms will come to the lower back. And even here, hug your elbows behind you. Pressing into your shins, send your hips forward, and then lift your heart and lift your gaze. And you're there, that's your camel. You can always deepen by walking your hands down the legs towards the heels. Tucking your toes gets you that little bit closer. Again, shoulders in, behind your sternum as the hips press forward, and then hard up, maybe gaze up to follow. Beautiful back bend. Nice. Now to release, do it with support, hands lower back, and let's finally take a peaceful warrior. Knees a little wider as you spill the upper body down and through. Breathing in. Breathing out. Inhale, press up to all fours. Find a neutral tabletop this time. Just bring the knees a little closer and hands a little closer. As you press down, bow the head and tuck your tailbone and try to send the spine high up towards the sky. A little cat roll, hold a little longer. Belly hollows out as you press the mat away. And then stay or shift the hips and shoulders a little bit backwards. Nice. Start to release when you're ready by having a seat on the mat. And just send the legs forward in front of you. Might have to kind of walk off that sit flesh if you're blessed. And then bend your knees, feet flat. Bend your knees, flex your feet back to the face. There we go. Inhale, arms feet high. Exhale, reach forward for your big toes, ankles or feet. Now shoulders back, heart forward. And then start to walk your heels away when you're ready. Again, it's another hamstring stretch, so the straighter the spine, the more isolation for the hamstring. But if it feels good for that full back line stretch, maybe start to round a little bit. Beautiful. Where do you need to stretch today? And come back to your breath, thinking about creating space with your inhale. But allow the body to kind of explore that space on the exhale. And to release, sit tall and send the arms high overhead. Arms come down by your sides. For a twist, bend your right knee and cross it over the left leg. Bring the right arm behind you close to your tailbone and send your left arm high. With an exhale, twist to the right. Hug your knee in or hook your elbow over. As you root to rise, sit up to the chest. Again, the vision can follow the twist just softly over that back shoulder. And with the legs right here, unwind to the left side. Find your counter twist. Releasing to the middle, extend the right leg, bend your left knee, switch it out. Left arm behind, right arm squeeze high. And take your twist to the left this time, second direction. Inhale, sit up a little more. And exhale, spin open a little more. Once again, unwind right side into your counter twist. And then release. Let's finish up with old favorite pigeon. Coming into down dog, but you know you can always take this on your back too. So starting down dog, right leg will lift. Right knee near the right wrist. Again, feel free to move the front knee and shin around until you feel that hopefully delicious stretch in that right hip area. Staying high might feel great, but walking the hands away might feel different or better. So take your variation. If you start to feel this maybe more in the joints, roll over onto your back, make that same kind of figure four shape. And start to pull, the legs closer to the chest. Breathing in and breathing out. When you're ready, start to release. Hands can walk closer to the body. Same thing with that back knee. Hug it in and then come through down dog. Re-extending the leg and stacking the hips can be really lovely after your pigeon. And then send your left leg high, second side. Knee near the left wrist to switch it out. Again, find that sweet spot. Make your adjustments. And then see if you can get a little bit heavier in your pigeon. It might be support the forehead on the forearms. Or if you've got a block or a couch cushion or two, maybe under the chest. And start to release into one final down dog. As you find a little bit of movement, make sure you're getting out any last bit of stretch the body might need or ask for in this moment. And then gently lower your knees. Have a seat on your mat and start to lay back for final Shavasana. Let your legs be long, let the arms be heavy. And as your eyes close, that little bit of space behind the ears. And while it might be so very tempting to skip this final pose, see if you can stay, if only for a few moments. Start to settle in with that easy ebb and flow of your natural breath. Working that little bit of space between the thoughts. And as you come back to this moment, know that just as you are enough. Joining us today, sharing in your practice, sharing in your light and your love. From the bottom of my